Waves crash on the beach of an endless sea. In them you hear a voice, a beckoning lure you have heard so many times before. It is the song of the horizon. She calls to you. She sings of endless wonders and untold horrors, of golden promises and dire warnings, and you know her song. It has always been there. Listen, can you hear it? The wind is in your favor, the tide is rising, the sea is yours for the taking, and your ship awaits. Fair winds and following seas, brave mariner. May fortune find you when the horizon calls.
Ahoy and welcome everybody. Welcome to Horizon's Call and happy Candle Tides. It's Candle Tides. That's a holiday in the world of Damaris, the oceanic world in which we play here on Horizon's Call. I'm Derek Sword. I use he, him pronouns. I am joined, as always, by these lovely people you see around me, who I will have introduce themselves and say a little bit more about them, and then we'll do a little recap and jump into a party. But before all that, I do want to say a couple of things. First of all, this is a Sword and Key game. If you like what we do here at Sword and Key, you can check out all of our stuff at beacons.ai/Sword and Key and be like part of the community and stuff, and like be a bud. You can hang out on our Discord, which is always a cool place to be, especially if you're looking to play in games. That's where we put applications first. Got a couple applications I'm working on right now that should be out in the near future. And we always post those social media later on. But you can always talk about games like this. You can participate in our movie nights, do lots of cool stuff. You can also see all of our socials on Beacons. Beacons also has our affiliate ships if you're looking to get any discounts or deals on stuff, or we're an affiliate with Hit Point Press, so if you're looking to get a copy of like Humblewood or animated spell cards, or Heckna, or the Griffin Saddlebag books, which are incredible. I actually ordered the first one's sold out right now. Trust me, I'm waiting too. But I did order the second one, and I'm very excited for it to arrive here soon. So you can use our custom link for that, is what I'm saying. You can also see our ongoing philanthropic endeavors, and that includes like PCRF, which is currently being supported by 2 of our games, Zenith, Journey to Book's End, and a number of other ones. We have National Alliance for Mental Illness. There's still a game that's going to be in support of that later this month. Canine Companions for Independence, Fauna and Flora International, which Humblewood supports, and we also have our Pallies on there, which gets me to my next official point, is that we here are the cast and crew for Horizon's Call. We've been playing for a real long time, and we here at Sword and Key don't really break even. We do this mostly for fun, but if you really appreciate what we do and you have a couple extra bucks sitting around from the holiday season, you can always use our Pally for the time being, while Pally is still a thing, to tip us. You can tip as generously as you are willing and or able. Please be conscious of your own wallet when tipping anything, and but yeah, if you like what we do here, everything gets evenly distributed thanks to Pally, and you can also impact our game. You can get crits, advantages, black spots, all sorts of cool stuff like that, so bear that in mind. That's I think all for me, so I will hand it off now to Mare, if you don't mind starting us out. More about your lovely self and your character.
Almost started speaking while muted. Hi, I'm Mare. I use they, she pronouns, and I play Acacia, who uses she, her pronouns. Your amazing centaur, soul knife, rogue, star druid, who is not as excited for Candletide as she should be.
Yeah, y'all have been through a lot lately. That's okay. That's, it's now a time for light and hope, and hopefully nothing up my sleeve. I'm wearing short sleeves today, so it's kind of hard to make that joke. Next up, we have Eva.
Hi, hello. I'm Eva. My pronouns are she, her, as are Winnie's. Winnie is your sea elf, artificer, alchemist, bard. Little bard. She's a little bit of a bard.
Little baby bard.
Enough to get into trouble.
Well, she did that before she was a bard.
Yeah. And as always, I am joined by my friend, homunculus, compatriot, and not in possession of a soul coin, little shark man, little Jeffrey.
Hey, yeah, all right.
I'm in possession of the soul coin, to be clear. Like, he doesn't have it.
He is the bag of holding, though. Is it in the bag of holding?
No.
Okay. Oh,
No, that is a good point, but no.
Okay. All right. Next up, we have Mikyl.
Hey fam, I'm Mikyl. He, him pronouns. I'm playing Proximus, your Triton, Shadow Sorcerer, Oath of the Guardian Paladin, Homebrew, Horizons Call, Oath. And that's it.
Okay.
I was trying to think, is there anything else?
I'll take
No?
the and thank you to Mikyl for the artwork that he contributes to this channel, especially here on Horizon's Call, where you can see his beautiful artwork on display on our overlay, as well as on all of our promotional materials. It is absolutely incredible. If you are looking at the promotional piece that has like all the characters kind of on one side, and there's like that beautiful just horizon background with a little bit of green on them, and then just like the ocean beyond. Mikyl made all of that. The text is just something I shittily put on top of his beautiful artwork. So
No, we worked together. It was like,
It was
hey, what side do
collaboration.
you want? Yeah.
But no, Mikyl did all of that. The background is not found anywhere else, which sometimes is the case. But no, Mikyl did literally all of that. So please support him in any way you can. BlueSky and Instagram, I'm gonna shout him out right now and pay him for his work, please. Last but absolutely not least, we have Kaila.
Hi, hello. You can see me on the screen this time. My name is Kaila. I use she, her pronouns. I play her Siren Storm Sorcerer Scarlett Shores, who also uses she, her pronouns, and is only slightly prepared for Candletide. There is a big group gift this time.
Ah, okay.
Is it a new ship?
Yeah,
No, but that should be it.
no, it shouldn't. Yes, I did kind of spring this on you all last time, but also, I think also not. I don't know. Last time was
You gave us like
last
a
time.
week.
Last time Scarlett
Yeah.
went missing at the end of it, so
That's true.
You did give
Yeah.
us a week before you
Yeah.
Oh
knew
no,
we were going to be
poor Marcus
arriving.
probably has so much PTSD right now.
Right.
dead dad coming up with the 1 year anniversary.
Going to be completely attached to Scarlet. Just like, no, not this time.
So does
buddy.
a Phoenix Landing have a therapist practice yet?
No, unfortunately, as Eva and I were discussing
Constance.
recently,
That should be
watching.
We need
That
to
should be a
recruit.
priority.
We do need to recruit and like hire a bunch of therapists because one, we have a lot of people with trauma here. We've got a bunch of refugees, pirates, everything. Can we?
Yeah, every
put
time
this-
Constance leaves port, everybody it all
No,
goes
no.
to shit. We need a resident one.
I feel like we would have explicitly prioritized at least one like
Therapist.
reasonable therapist.
Yes. Can we put this like on the top, like the top 6 things that we need?
Yeah, we can
For the
absolutely roll
council?
for therapist.
Put a
We
help-
can roll for therapist.
Put a help
Um,
wanted sign out
Yes.
as we start traveling.
As Eve and I were discussing recently when we were watching Arcane, it's like, oh, this is a world where like Sigmund Freud just died in like infancy, right? Like this is
Yeah.
this is a world where psychotherapy just never came to be. They got all the other shit. They figured out guns and airships and everything else, but couldn't
You
figure
leave my
out-
traumatized characters alone.
Oh, thoroughly.
As I'm
traumatized.
wearing like a Caitlyn Kierman
Yeah, 10
sweatshirt.
seconds of therapy
Yeah.
I
could
love
have
that they
solved
would
that
be
entire plot.
so much happier with therapy, and you're like, no.
Leave them alone.
Also, we don't generally. Kelp wanted Kaila.
Kelp wanted.
So good.
Oh,
I was mad about it, but I still had to call it out.
Mikyl, I believe you have the recap. Please save us from this.
yeah. I don't know. When we last met our horizon hopping heroes after the battle against, and I didn't write who it was against because I don't know. I just wrote this. Against the giants, everyone took a long rest, or at least to recover. Acacia consoled Marcus about his father's betrayal and death. The crew met with the remaining captains and prepared the remainder of the journey to the Great Forge. One captain of the Ruby Wish, Salzara, turned out to be a red dragon in disguise, and took a liking to Proximus. He remained in her care, air quotes, in her care, until landing at the Great Forge. Proximus wanted to document the journey of the dwarves at the Great Forge, but was discouraged by the Dwarf King due to the sacred nature of the transformation. He did give Proximus a belt of dwarven kind, so now Proximus has a beard, which are coming sometime, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Winnie, Acacia, and Scarlett tended to the dwarves, and that were not preparing to become Azer, and planned a way back to the material plane. When the crew returned to the material plane with Marcus and the dwarfs of Halvaruk, that didn't. Upon arrival to Phoenix Landing, we noticed the ships were damaged, and 6 months had passed by. Scarlett and Proximus headed to, I don't know, what is English, right? To check on the crew, and Acacia went to her father's home, and it is their home. So that's a weird way to say it. Winnie met with her brother and found out that many of the residents thought that we had died. We learned that the ship's crew were healing after the long journey back to Phoenix Landing, and we were ready, and that they were going to do a celebration for Candletide. Proximus had suggested to Salzar that she stay on the material plane, and she did for one night, meeting Dominaria and then ghosting Proxy in the morning, which is right on brand for him. And here we are.
And here we are. Wonderful job, Michael. Please enjoy your point of inspiration. Okay, so we find you all did arrive back to the material plane and Phoenix Landing on the 25th of Armistice, the 10th month out of a 12-month year. We still do use 12 months in a year, however, they are 30 days each because that just makes sense. With 10-day weeks as well. So all months are 30 days. So you arrived only 5 days prior to Candlelight. You did arrive in the night. So having rested that night, and some of you having, dragon intimacy or being huge or whatever else, you all awoke in the morning. Acacia reverting to normal size, befriending, and also autonomizing might be a word, but giving autonomy and intelligence, awakening essentially a seagull, and then finding Winnie. You all headed into town to check on the dwarves that had come back from the plane of fire with you. So that is the morning of the 26th, with Candletide being on the 30th day-ish of the 10-day week. So what I'm going to do is we ramp up to Candletide, because you do note that Phoenix Landing is preparing for a celebration. You know, Acacia might be more used to this than some of others of you. Winnie, you might have seen some of this. Proximus, probably not at all. Scarlett, I think Candletide was very minimal on the Fen. There were a couple people who would come in and kind of talk about it. It was mostly a drinking affair. You all know that, like, the standard Candletide celebration, the one thing that most people do is they will light a candle on a small paper boat, and or maybe just something that it can float on, whether it be just something that isn't going to clutter or litter in the ocean, and they set the candle afloat in the ocean. And if you get enough people to do that, especially when the tide is moving out, you get to see all these twinkling lights just drifting out towards the horizon. So on the Fen, there were maybe a couple of pirates who would do this. The lights never went that far before they were snuffed in the gloom, in the dun of everything. Winnie, your family probably would all go to the surface, and Folai Moril, being this gem of light anyway as a city, it would probably be beautiful from like the top of your home, where everybody would set their candles out and it'd be just this ocean of light, all these sea elves looking down. You probably had that thing. Acacia, again, your family, the entire town coming together. would all set candles out. But Acacia, you're probably going to be most familiar with what Phoenix Landing is getting set up for now, because a lot of the people are from your home. And so you know that there's going to be carnival games, gift giving, the traditional candles, but also like drinking, merriment. It's gonna be a deal, and they're going to make like a whole day of this. So the town is setting up for just this carnival. You can see that there are tables already being brought out, streamers. They're setting up for a variety of games. Ships are coming into port as well. That's the other thing to note, is that the Star's Luck does come in on the 26th as well, so that following day. And you start to note that a lot of other ships are kind of just coming into port, maybe even ships that don't necessarily regularly make port here, but this is the closest place, and they're looking for a celebration. There's also murmurs that there are going to be some like visitors from Hillholm that might come over for the festivities as well. So just something to kind of look around for. But as we kind of ramp up to that day, what are some of the things that you all would like to do?
Inspect my ship.
Okay.
I was also gonna take a look at the ships, and I also wanted to like check in with the Star's Luck,
Sure.
which I think
Okay.
also, I feel like I'm not the only one as well.
Yes.
Yeah, Winnie would be there with you for the Star's Luck. She's got some other things she wants to do, not ship related, so I'll let you guys.
Yeah, field trip to the port.
Okay. So, having checked in on the dwarves, then they're doing fine. Mama Maddie has already begun to make arrangements for them to find a place to live. There's already, like, some dwarves that have kind of moved in here, coming over from Acacia, finding, a place to live here. There's actually a forge which has been set up as well, where a few of the dwarves have found kind of, because you had a lot of dwarves come in to help, like, build the town in the first place. Several of them decided to stay, having put the place together. They know it's at least good craftsmanship. However, nevertheless, Winnie, Acacia, and Scarlett, you all in the morning head down towards the docks there. Proximus, just out of curiosity, what would you be up to that day? Would you be joining them, or would you be doing something else?
I'd be joining them, and then at one point in time in the city, looking for somebody to forge something, a couple gifts that I was looking at getting made.
Sure. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Let's change stuff up just a little bit here. So, all of you then head down towards the docks. It's early morning now. There's a bit of a, I guess, what you might consider a chill in what is otherwise tropical air. You all are pretty close to the center of what you would call the map of Damaris, so it doesn't get too cold here. You're not really expecting snow or anything. Heading down to the docks, you would pass by the Star's Luck, which is already having its crew come off the gangplank. A lot of them are hauling boxes down. Seems like they have been somewhat successful in their venture. I believe you did task them with pirating. Is that correct? Or was it smuggling? Or just
Smuggling.
trade?
Smuggling and like legitimate business as well. Like
Okay.
smuggling under their legitimate business.
On the surface, they're squeaky clean.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, then, absolutely. On the surface, they do appear to be squeaky clean, as the captain, first mate, and other officers all wait aboard. The captain does look down to see all of you, gives you just a little nod and a smile as the rest of the crew heads down. Again, they do seem to have a number of boxes, crates, chests, a significant amount of either goods and or gold that they seem to be bringing back into town. Let's see here. So,
Does the first mate still look like how we left him?
yes, I
drow?
believe still looks like Doldrum still appears as a drow
With the terrible southern accent.
with a terrible I mean, I'm not sure about terrible.
I don't think it's common knowledge to everybody that he's a changeling.
No.
Yeah, it is not. Okay. So yes. Did you all want to wait for them before heading to the Redemption and Cross's Mercy?
I mostly want to just make sure they're alive and everything is going well.
Yeah, we don't need formal reports right now.
Just
can
a
get them
check-in.
later.
It's a holiday.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to poke around my ship.
Literally, if the captain comes to me about anything official business, I'm literally just going to wave her off and tell her to go get a drink.
Happy
yes,
Candleside.
Doesn't seem to be any official thing. She does come walking over with her captain's log, just in case any of you were looking for a formal report, and you're walking away. I'll give this to you later. All right. So yes, they both head towards whatever the nearest tavern is, and you all get to your ships. Little worse for wear, as far as things go. You can see that there are a couple of dock workers who are, it's not the holiday just yet, so they are trying to do some repairs. They have not moved them into dry dock just yet. Having a look at Cross's Mercy, that is likely what is going to happen as this thing has taken on about as much water as it can. Walking around the port side of the ship, you can see that it has a massive hole that has been blown into the side of it. You can see that the mizzen mast is cracked but has not toppled just yet, but there is a massive just like rift right in the center of it. Several of the sails seem to have some pretty bad tatters in them, some pretty bad tears. And you see that the Redemption also looks pretty weathered. This one the Redemption not as worse as Cross's Mercy, which is a more sizable ship as well.
The warship did what it was supposed to.
The warship tanked, and the Redemption tried to get away. However, you do note that where the captain's quarters would be, a couple of, it looks like cannonballs probably flew through the back part of it there, and you can kind of see into Connery's captain's quarters and see that like the bed has been destroyed. There's a bunch of just like splintered wood everywhere. So likely it was shot while it was fleeing. And then there's a lot of like weather damage as well. You can see some scorch marks, maybe from lightning, maybe from some sort of fire attack. But definitely the Cross's Mercy is the worst one out of the two, as it's still kind of like drifting off to one side. It's off kilter, even in the lower water of the dock area.
My poor ship. Is my stained glass still intact?
Surprisingly, yes. The stained glass is still intact.
Okay. I go and check this out. I'm not letting Marcus anywhere near this damaged ship.
He's standing.
He doesn't need the further damage.
Quarter mile away.
What the hell happened?
Swinging on his feet.
What happened?
Mending is going to fix any of this.
No, absolutely not. What kind of trouble did they get into?
Don't we
I'm
have
tired.
one of the shipwrights from Wilbur and Orville?
Oh, the shipwrights? Yeah.
Yeah.
Orville and Wilbur.
One
are
died,
shipwrights?
I think, but we have the
One
other
did die.
right?
Yes, one tragically did die.
Oops.
Did they say what happened, Scarlett?
The Empire just came out of nowhere, and there was a storm. It just happened. I don't think there was anything they could have done to get out of it. They did well enough to not be completely sunk.
Fuck the Empire once again.
I mean, I guess we have damaged enough of their ships. I guess they figured it was good enough payback.
Is everyone okay?
Um,
Alive. Is everyone alive?
The officers are fine. Some worse for wear, some mentally beating themselves up. But there were some crew lost, unfortunately. It happens. They knew what they were signing up for.
Doesn't make it any better.
It does not.
I'm gonna go check to see how my room is doing.
I'd say I would like to walk on the ship as much as I can. It's like you said, it's like tilted, right?
Yeah, it's actually like drifting. It's almost at like a 45-degree angle. So I'm not sure that there's like necessarily a way to actually walk on.
No,
Cross's Mercy. The redemption, yes, you can walk on that.
I need to get to my captain's quarters.
Okay.
Acacia will turn into a Tressum and go check it out. And like I would probably set up a mind link and be like, do you want me to go check out everything?
No, I just need to get something from my captain's quarters.
Okay.
I'll just dimension door.
Okay.
End up on the wall, maybe?
I do actually. I want to ask one thing. Acacia, do you have a room? I seem to recall you always sleeping on the deck.
No, first
Oh,
mate
that's right.
captain.
Acacia took over because Marcus was never in it. That's right. Okay.
Correct. I do.
Yes.
It's become the navigator's room, and also like being a centaur, it's kind of hard to just find a very comfortable space. I can't hang in a hammock.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be mostly on the floor most of the time. So it's
There's no longer a bed in there. It's just like a sleeping pad.
no, there's a bed in there. I just don't use it.
No, you can get rid of the bed and just make it floor
Yeah.
space.
Appearances.
But there's like all the navigation tools. I have a bunch of star charts on the walls, etc., etc.
You could rest the body part on the bed, and then
Yeah.
rest the horse part on the bottom.
I didn't get rid of it because I'm sure it would come in handy sometime.
We can get replacement.
Never know when you're gonna need a bed.
Yeah, exactly. I don't
Um,
mind that it's in there. So
So yes, Acacia, turning into a Tressum, you were able to winged feline your way into the smaller spaces. Scarlett, dimension dooring your way into the ship and just completely, obfuscating all of the
Anything that's not bolted down is just slammed up against like the fucking wall.
Absolutely, all of the books are off the shelf. There's broken glass in a lot of places. Yes, anything that's not bolted down, which, to be fair, the bed was against the wall that's leaning. However, there's like a little bit of water in here as well. It's got a very briny, stale
Low-tide.
smell, and in addition to all the other stuff that's just kind of been sitting in here. Acacia, your room being on like the other side of this, pretty okay. Probably a little wet, and there is a massive cannon hole where the window used to be, but your bed seems okay. No severe issues.
Okay.
Scarlett, what did you want to get from your quarters?
It probably would have been hidden, probably in a trunk somewhere. But it's a wrapped gift. It's been there for months now.
If it's in a chest, I will say that it is in fine condition. No
Cool.
issues.
And I would like to kind of just make my way to the stained glass and rest my hand on it.
It's warm to the touch with
Just-
the sunlight that's coming through.
Just give a small thank you to Captain Cross for the ship still being mostly okay.
There is a sense that comes over you that all broken things can be repaired with time.
I'll probably just grab like one or two star charts with my little kitty mouth and fly back out and land on the next tallest person, which is Proximus.
As you do, you pass by Serona, who just kind of looks at you like, eh?
She's seen me.
Not as a Tressum, I don't think.
Oh, I don't know. Has she? I can't remember.
Yeah,
She's definitely seen me as a
she has a
cat.
massive rat in her mouth, and she just kind of looks at you. Wow. You've got star charts in your mouth.
I'm just gonna call her back to the wherever I dimensioned her back to. Just what the fuck are you doing?
Oh.
Drops the rat for you. Kind of paws at it. Happy Candletides.
I wish I still had speak with animals.
So, the ships, you do note that they are preparing to move the Cross's Mercy into a dry dock to begin repairs on it, before the holiday. And repairs seem to be, coming along on the Redemption as well. As, Acacia, you land on Proximus' shoulder, Scarlett as you exit as well. You see Sammy come limping up with his wings still in a sling. Yeah, it could have been worse, I suppose. But we're gonna get him fixed up real nice, captains. Don't have to worry none at all about it.
We do have logs of what happened, right?
Like trees? No, I'm joking. Yeah, we have captain's logs, absolutely. Connery's very, very what's the word?
Bro?
He's an ass about them.
He's an ass about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Just leave it as he's an ass. You all hear this just in the head.
We all start laughing and Sammy's like, I don't understand the joke.
Okay. That's all right. We're just laughing now. Yeah, he kept very detailed logs of what happened, and what happened was not fun.
You see the pain in Sammy's eyes.
He's smiling through it.
Yeah.
I will
Gosh,
hop off of
poor guy.
Proximus over to Sammy and just give him his little headbutt on the head, on his cheek.
Oh, you found another one. What's this one's name?
Acacia?
You hear a low growl at the bad pun. Really? Really?
The only way I'm getting through this is by humor, so please let me just have this.
Wow.
Fine.
It's literally my second home is barely floating. First home.
Your mobile home.
My vacation home.
Oh no, you're all trash. Yeah, we got our mermaid and our mobile home.
Siren.
Takes her anywhere she needs to go.
My God.
Oh, I ain't put a siren on. I think that's illegal in a few states, but yeah.
I need to go. I need to leave.
Hey, Eva, can you
I'm
end
so sorry.
stream
Thank you
for all
for
the bad
watching our
jokes?
guys' call today. We're going to call the session short.
All right,
Thank you
see you
all
next
for
week.
joining us.
Tip your bartenders.
Yep.
But don't tip Derek.
Yeah, go through Pally. You can't stop me. Let's see. Okay.
We'll send everybody's Ko-fi except Derek's.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay, cool. So, with you all having inspected the ships and seen that they're gonna get worked on, but you are probably under advisement not taking to the sea in those two particular ships this day. What do the next couple of days look like for you?
Panicking.
Panicking? Yeah, absolutely.
Over trying to find gifts and just giving up in the end. I do want to visit Father's Fine Finds.
Okay. Easy enough.
I would like to take the deck with me.
No.
Okay. Let's change the music then. So-
Oh.
Well, it's a different energy to going into Father's Fine Finds than it is at the docks, especially as Acacia might have warned you about this. The dads enjoy the holiday, especially one where their kids actually at home, and so Father's Fine Finds normally.
Am I just completely ambushed by Candletide? Everything?
it's not gaudy by any sense, but like they have like a window display, right? Like they're dressed in the traditional kind of like there's sashes and there's a lot of like velvet, and they're probably dressed a little too warm.
Did they
You know, even
pay Edgar to do like the window displays with like the drawing on the outside? You know, the like.
yeah, it's just otter paws, just all in like that spray snow. Um, it says "Shop here or I'll stab you," and then a picture of Edgar just holding a knife. No, that's not canon. So yeah, even Curio is dressed in like, you know, this nicer but kind of like his little hat, you know, little toboggan kind of hat.
I can't help but think of fridge magnets on Curio.
But you walk in, it's always like this is almost a recreation in certain ways of Father's Fine Finds back in Soteria. This it feels close in the store. Everything has like, you know, sort of like warmth to it as you walk in. There's like the smell of incense that hits you immediately, and like a little bit of light kind of streams through the front windows on the storefront. You know, there's like this line of shops now in the town with this cobblestone street that very much reminds you of, you know, of Soteria, of the town of Cora. Um, and yeah, as you walk in, a bell rings, and you know, little bell above the door, and behind the counter is Curio, whose, you know, eyes literally light up as he sees you. Hi, it's Scarlett. Hey, hi.
Hi.
You doing some last second candle-tide shopping?
Yes, and I have something I need you to look at.
Okay. Is it a good thing?
Um, you might be able to tell me that.
Okay.
I'll take the deck out and just slide it across
Oh.
the.
His like metal fingers begin to just work against the leather. That's an interesting one. Okay. And he like flicks open the like the button clasp holding it, and just kind of slides the entire deck into his hands very carefully to make sure that no single card is drawn. Shakes it out. Okay. Places it on the countertop. Were you to look, because this is like a glass countertop, where you try to look under it, you would not be able to see what was on the bottom face of the card, as nothing is there. Nothing is there until you draw it. So, have you drawn or dealt any of these yet? I need to ask you, and you need to be honest with me.
No, I didn't know what it was, and I was not
Where'd
taking that
you get
chance.
these? Where'd you find these?
That's not important.
Uh,
They
Okay.
were a housewarming gift.
Okay. All right. Okay. We're gonna have to be honest with one another about this. So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start and be as honest as possible. These cards are dangerous and powerful, and the danger isn't necessarily to you. It could be to others. It could be because of you. They could be very good. They could be very bad. They could be very in the middle. These are. This is a deck of many things, really. And looking at how many there are, I mean, several more things on top of that. This is a deck of a lot of things. And I'm going to put them back in the sleeve. And I'm going to tell you right now that I would appreciate if you didn't bring them back in here. And whatever you do with them, I hope you do it with forethought involved. All actions have consequences.
I really had no intention of using them.
Well,
but it's nice to know what things are.
I don't mean to totally deter you, in the sense that... So, let me put it this way. The story that I have heard about cards like these is that they are literal slivers of fate. Little pieces, like if you shaved a little bit of bark off of the tree of life and made it into card stock and then printed something so incredibly powerful on the other side and then made a whole bunch of them. That's what these would be. They're little slivers, little slices of world-changing effects. And not all those things are bad, right? And sometimes, like, you know, if you're backed into a corner, sometimes, you know, the only way out is out. But I also know that these things they've changed a lot of lives. I'll leave it at that. I'm being honest, and again, there's no necessarily good or bad. There's just a lot of change. So that's where I'll leave it. And you're smart, and I know you'll do whatever you need to do with them. But just make sure that they end up somewhere safe, because you can't destroy them.
They're going to stay on my person.
Okay.
I feel like it's relatively safe.
Yeah. You're a safe person.
I can always give them to little Jeffrey. Trying so hard to hold back a laugh. I'm kidding.
Yeah, okay.
I would not doom us all with that.
I know. Boy, if I had a heart, it'd be palpitating right now. You have a good candle titan, Acacia. Not Acacia, Scarlett. I'm sorry.
I don't look anything like your daughter, but I'll take it as a compliment.
You don't. I'm used to, in this voice, saying that name, but yeah, you know. You have a good candle titan.
I did want to see if you had a thing.
Okay, yeah, sure. We can change the subject, sure.
So I have these. I have telepathic ability. I can talk to people who I can see in their minds as long as I can see them. Do you have something that can do that without people being a telepath? They don't have to read thoughts. I just need them to be able to place their words into someone's head without speaking. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I think I get what you're going for here. Yes, I'm looking through my my book here. I have a circlet of telepathy. It basically, you know, you get 60 feet to do a little chit chat, mental chit chat. I also know that Baka, the tattoo artist, I know he's got a certain way of implementing that sort of. I mean, you got to get a head tattoo, and that only works for some folk. But you know, if you're going to read some thoughts, I know he's got one that's maybe a little bit fancier than that. But yeah, no, I can part with the circlet for 150.
Deal.
All right.
And I will never bring these cards back into your shop ever again.
Yeah, that's how we remain friends.
We're friends?
Yeah, you've been at my house. You've had dinner. I've made you waffles.
You're right, you did. That was a very long time ago.
Same people, different lives. He goes over to a small chest and is like going through all of these like circlets and crowns and diadems, and picks one out that has this little like teal gemstone kind of set into it. It's otherwise silver. Very very simplistic, kind of just like this line of teal gemstones, and brings it over to you. Pretty easy. They'll you get a good signal with it.
Okay. I'm not picky.
Okay. I'll see you at the carnival.
Yes. Oh no, the carnival. Okay, yeah. I will see you then. I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'll leave. Thank you for all your help.
Yeah. Anytime.
As soon as I leave the shop, I'm just going to have a slight existential crisis over having this deck and try to remember anything that I remember from the Fen of people talking about a deck like this.
Give me a history check.
Sure can. That is. Oh god, why can't I do math? 22.
There were definitely stories about a deck that would do a great many things. Pirate tales, fisherman tales as far as you could tell. Hey, I ran into this devil at at the delta of a river, and the devil let me draw as many cards as I wanted, and I got one, gave me like I never had to sail another day, or I heard a guy never had to sail another day in his life. Got more gold than he could possibly carry. Got knifed in the back the next night, but that wasn't necessarily because of the card. Got another guy, went from just like knowing nothing to knowing everything. Smartest guy you could ever meet. Ended up being too smart for his own good, but one guy swears saw a man pull a card. The Grim Reaper himself came right out of it, took the man's soul right from his body, dragged it back into the card. Yeah, sure, One-Eyed Dave, sure. Little things like that. Every time the card deck appears, it quickly goes missing afterwards until it appears somewhere else on the other side of the world in a bar where somebody's playing, 3-card ante, or they're playing poker or something else, and somebody's like, well, you want to play a real game, and they pull that deck out, and then it causes a bunch of havoc, and then the card deck disappears, it appears somewhere else, and now you have it, supposedly.
Okay. I'm gonna keep that a secret for now.
Okay.
I mean, I'll tell Marcus, but
Okay.
I'll keep that secret until Curio tells other father, who then tells Acacia, who then tells the whole party. Or it's just like, what the fuck is this?
Excuse you, they know how to keep a secret and keep their mouth shut.
Grant, I didn't tell them to keep a secret, but we'll see.
Yeah, but they're also smart enough to like not spread that around. That's really dangerous.
Confidentiality. They're like lawyers and priests. But they make better waffles.
But I also feel like they would think that telling Acacia would be safe, because Acacia's not going to go spread it around either. It would just be within the family thing. And more of a thing of caution.
We'll find out.
We sure will.
Hey, Acacia, has your friend told you about the time bomb in her pocket?
The slime? Question mark?
The other one.
The slime would be the first thing that popped into her head.
Right? Valid.
What are the rest of you up to these couple of days before the carnival?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Michael.
No. What?
I
go
saw
ahead.
you unmute, so I was like...
No, go ahead.
Winnie is first thing, day after they get back, and after she's checked in on the dwarves, and a star's luck whenever the group goes to do that, she'd like to kind of, like, back at home, or maybe on a quiet part of the beach, she's going to sit down and she's going to write all her letters. She's going to message Nibirian and just be like, hey, back from the plane of fire, time got weird.
I'm really sorry. I want to clarify. How are you messaging Nibirian? It's
Sending.
Sending spell?
Sending.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, you said messaging. I wanted to be clear that you also said you were writing letters.
Yeah,
wanted to make
no,
sure
just
you weren't
like...
writing a letter to an underwater creature, because that's not how paper works.
No.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Please continue your sending.
Hey, back from the plane of fire, time got weird. How are you holding up? Love you. Bye, Winnie. I'm not counting that. That was under 25.
I'm pretty sure it's under 25.
It was like
Okay.
3 words.
Glad you're okay. Times are strange, but I endure. Many challenges to myself and this world I feel coming soon. Stay safe.
I'm gonna bookmark that for later. Like the next day. I'm going to use... What do we have? 5? I guess I'll ask the group when we're kind of all down by the ships, or I don't know if Proximus was there or not, like leave a note on his door. If anyone is needing a bunch of sendings today. The first day we're back. First full day we're back.
Winnie, I also want to ask real quick, apropos of nothing, what is your con modifier?
Not good. Well. No, my con modifier. No. Not great. I got real excited, and then I was like, no, that's just strength. Oh, it is +4. I have 18.
Oh, that's really good.
Why? Why is
Said
it really
apropos of
good?
nothing. Because it is. A +5 is incredibly good. A +4 is really good. I think you often forget that your class specifies in Constitution and Intelligence, and so you always say that your con is bad and your intelligence is bad.
It's because I was thinking of strength.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then I would send another sending to B. Hey, sorry, back from the plane of fire. Time got weird. I'm alive. Hope you're well. Love you. Do we say we love each other? I think we say we love each other. Why wouldn't we say we love each other? Hope Fall Emerald is well too. Okay, love you, bye, Weenie.
Was the little, like, doubt thing, was that also part of it?
Actually, probably not, because Winnie would remember. I didn't remember, but it absolutely feels like a Winnie thing that they would absolutely say they love each other.
Okay. Oh my god, love you too. Doing great. Fall Emerald's great. Where are you doing Candletides this year?
Oh, I'm still unmuted. We are in Phoenix Landing. And you are more than welcome if you can come and make it, but I can't come back to Fall Emerald this year, I'm afraid. But I got a present for you next time I see you. That's gotta be close.
I'll see if I can hitch a ride on a dolphin or turn into a dolphin. Either way, yay, presents.
Imagine if she had never seen a dolphin before. Imagine.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty weird.
Yeah.
Considering that's the basis of their faith, like the main symbol of their faith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Nibirian. That's B. There was shoot. I don't remember their name. I think it's just Penny. Penny was on Tomor Tor, right? Had a little shop.
Penny.
Or was it Penny's cousin?
Yeah, it was Penny.
No,
kobold?
Penny is Gustip's cousin.
Yeah. Niece.
Niece. Yeah. Message. Send. Penny. Hey, it's Winnie. From the Fen. Hi. Hope things are well. Looking for juicy gossip. Can't wait to shop there soon. I froze. Why did I freeze? That's not good.
Alive.
I am. Thank you, everyone.
Early break?
Yeah, gonna hit to break because cameras are all
Like a
messed
couple
up.
minutes early.
Vast me hearties, and welcome back. Sorry about the technical issues there, and sorry about the time we had some wet horses, and that's not the euphemism. If it was, I don't know what it'd be a euphemism for. Also, Michael will hopefully be back before the end of the game, but did have to step away for just a moment. So that's what's going on there. Okay, let's jump back into things. We still have a couple of days, technically, for you all to kind of do your stuff. Winnie, I know you were in the middle of a message to Penny when things went a little haywire. So if you would like to get out your message to Penny the Kobold, please do so.
Yes. So, okay, I'm gonna try and remember what I said. Yes. So for context, Penny is the kobold that we left on Tomor Tor.
Yes.
Has her own little junk shop. Hi, Penny. It's Winnie. From the Fen. I was just checking in, to see how things are, if you have any juicy gossip or rumors, and I hope to shop there soon. Okay, thanks. Bye, Winnie. That was the gist. I'm gonna be honest. That's as close as we're gonna get.
Okay. Hi, Winnie. I don't really remember you. And if you want information, you gotta pay for it. So, how are we gonna do this?
I guess this saves me from having to remember who my other one was for. It's Winnie from Phoenix Landing with Uncle Gustip. Will trade info or send gold. I'm willing to argue that counts as a word.
I don't know, send gold? Okay.
GOD, gold on delivery.
Okay. Hope Gus is good. Send the gold then?
I have not
I'll
seen him
wait.
since I've been back. Huh. Winnie's just gonna think to herself, what a great idea it would be if there were, like, locations that, like, accepted notes of credit.
Some sort of interdimensional PayPal?
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, Penny's not on fire, so...
Yeah.
Alright.
No, I'm sorry. Like, Penny is not someone you've built like a strong relationship with.
not
and
at
just to be
all.
like information, when the first time we ever introduced Penny, she was pickpocketing. This is an opportunist of a kobold.
Oh yeah,
and
for
she's
sure.
probably waiting right now with her hands open for gold just to materialize. So
I literally cannot remember anyone else in Tomorrow that, oh, the clerics. Meh. I'll deal with them later.
That's fine.
Gosh. And then, just because she's scary and also a source of information, I will message the Witch Fang. Hi, it's Winnie. Just got back from Plane of Fire. Time got weird. Book is good so far. What's the news? Okay, bye, Winnie. Hope you're well.
okay.
Because she would have started it, like, on her way, like, to... Between...
Would she?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Wait,
we will
why?
We will have to resolve that here in a little bit.
Not the alchemical one. Like, she wants to, but, like...
Right,
the book club
the
one.
Cursed Lighthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, and then... If... Yeah.
Okay. The Witch Fang will respond.
Glad you're enjoying it. Keep reading. I'm sure you'll enjoy the chapters as they come. Something stirs in the deep, but all has settled for now. Hope to see you soon.
Would you mind pinging on the map? I know the map's not up on the screen for the viewers, so sorry. Can you ping where that's where the ship is where she was?
I think
Ish.
so.
Okay.
Yes.
I just wanted
we're
to...
a square. I think we might be a square away. I will actually move the ship to where
That's
you are now.
fine. I just wanted to double check. So close to where we went into the water.
I mean, like
close to
a
Allenburg.
week's distance. I think
Yeah.
you were down here.
I'm not sure Winnie even finished a chapter, but enough to say she started it. Okay, but I also wanted to, like, triangulate her Something Stirs in the Deep with Nibirian's Things Are Weird.
Yeah.
You know.
Winnie, I also need a wisdom saving throw from you.
Do you? But I've been so
do.
good. Well, good thing my next stop is Rollins. What? Wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but, I'm cute.
That's not what I asked.
Well, I would like to use Flash of Genius and add 5 for a 12
Okay.
instead of a 7.
Okay. Yeah. The book seems to be going fine. It definitely has like a gothic horror sort of vibe. There's a lighthouse that somebody is standing in the top of. They refuse to go down the ladder or the stairway that leads below. They know that there's something lurking beneath every time that they open the hatch. It's simply just too dark below, and their eyes are so blinded by the light of the lighthouse that they can't really see beyond. But they could swear that every now and then the spinning of the light of the lighthouse catches something massive out in the darkness of the night. Yeah, it's a little scary.
I don't think Winnie... Is it billed as fiction? Or is it like a... Like, does it seem like a...
You can't really tell.
Okay.
It's written like... It's written kind of like Dracula or Frankenstein. Like, it's written firsthand.
Okay. So... Cool. Because I was going to say, I don't know if Winnie remembers the last time she did read fiction. It's been a lot of nonfiction lately. Okay. If she survived that encounter, she'll head up and check in on Rollin and see how he's doing.
Okay. Ascending the hill to Rollin's burgeoning fortress, one of the main kind of landmarks on the island, really one of the highest points of it. You can see that his observatory is, only growing higher, his tower growing taller, and you see that out of one of the chimneys, a mixture of like blue, green, and red smoke is emanating forth.
He's elected a new pope.
Yeah, the Powerpuff Girls. He elected all 3 of them.
Amazing.
Yep.
Does
Who would have thought?
it look... First of all, how many chimneys are we talking? Like...
Only smoke is emanating just from one, but there are several.
Okay, but not like an appalling amount. Not like the English.
It's smaller
manor
than
houses
the
that
home
have.
that Winnie grew up in. So.
Oh, okay. I say that
which we've
forgetting
established is a
immediately that she's like rich.
Yes.
Right. Oopsies. Is it me? Am I the problem? Okay. She's just gonna walk in.
Yep.
I'm assuming it's not locked, but like
It is not. The double doors are unlocked, and you walk in, and Rollin is as he often has been when you've met him before. He's in that large central room, that nearly circular room with bookshelves kind of curved around the walls, and he is kind of just pacing as he's flipping through an old tome. He has this circular table covered in maps and old books, and he kind of glances up as he's like getting to the 12 o'clock of the table as you walk in. Hello, Winnie.
Hi. You seem busy.
Yes.
Everything
You don't?
okay?
Yes. I'm busy. Everything's perfect. What do you want?
Have we given him the ring yet or no?
No.
Okay. Well, I thought you might want this, so we don't have to deal with it anymore. And little Jeffrey is just gonna hold his mouth open. Yeah.
And this like way too big ring, again, the back of a throne sized ring.
Yeah.
Just
I'm gonna like point little, like I'm gonna make sure it doesn't like hit a bookshelf or something. You know, I'm gonna like aim him if he's not properly positioned.
Rollin, as Jeffrey's doing this, snaps his fingers and a tensor's floating disc appears beneath it, and the disc even like, yeah, well, the disc even like shudders a little bit with the weight of this thing.
I wish I could do that. That'd be handy.
Well, you should read more then.
You think that would help?
That's when I learned it.
What's been going on with you? I worry about you. Like, are you eating enough? Do you have enough tea?
I'm not. There's never enough tea, and I'm eating enough because I'm not dead. And, good job in not dying and all that. It's good to have you back.
I think she's gonna poke him just to be sure he's, like, warm and alive and not, like, actually dead.
I mean, he's, like, fishy and cold because he's a half-elf, but... Or, sea elf,
yeah.
rather. But, yeah, no, he's...
warm.
physical.
Whatever. Proper temperature.
Yeah, he's lukewarm. There's a guy named Luke. That's the...
You have
one
a
guy.
boyfriend?
No.
Oh. Okay. Have you heard anything about Siren? Have you found anything about his, issue?
No, that's also not something that I was particularly worried about. I thought that was more something you were focusing on. I was focusing on where to find more of the rings, as you asked me to do. Siren's
you?
a big boy, he can handle himself.
Maybe. I don't know. I've been gone. I lost 6 whole months. I think. I don't know. I haven't done the math. I think it's 4, actually. But, yeah, something like that. A tickle in my brain is saying 5, but...
You didn't lose them, you just experienced them differently. Anyway, I don't have any other places or answers for you yet. I'm still delving into those, so I don't have anything else for you.
But you have a teleportation circle, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so you did something. Good job. Thank you.
Yes, happy candle tides.
Aw, happy candle tides to you. I think it's still in a couple days, but yeah.
Oh, we missed your birthday, so I threw your present away.
What was it?
Well, it's trash now.
Yeah, now, but what was it?
Well, I guess you'll never know.
I won't. I wonder if that's something. Can you scry into the past? Maybe Scarlett could find out. Okay, well, that leaves me something to noodle on. You kind of have your ear to the ground in, like, weird esoteric ways. Like, have you heard or, like, felt any, like, weird cosmic shiftings? Or, like, anything, like, deep and dark in the seabed, like, that shouldn't be stirring, that's stirring?
All the time? It's just the world we live in, I thought.
Okay, well, I meant, like, beyond that.
I have not had my ear to the ground. I've had my nose in a book. Perhaps it's a bit on me, but no, I'm not familiar with anything deep, dark, and otherwise unsettling stirring in the ocean, other than what has been for quite some time.
Little Jeffrey is starting to chew on the end of one of his robes, like, outer robes. Have you read anything good lately? Like, any interesting facts or figures or...
Well, currently, and he'll, like, hold up the back of the book to you. It's this very weathered, like, the pages are very brittle in the sense that probably were underwater for some time and were dried out. This is the ship's log of, a long dead captain and a long sunken ship that was recovered some time ago. I'm trying to track the manifest of one of the other rings, and it's been difficult to determine where it actually ended up. It had quite a few hands on it before it went missing, but I think I'm getting closer.
When did it go down?
Just about 200 years ago?
Huh?
Roughly.
What's the name of the ship?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. There's a lot of
I get it, yeah.
withering and damage.
Sure.
I figure if I can determine the name of the ship, I can perhaps use some spells to determine its current location, but the first several pages are missing, and the
manifest as well, so I'm trying to piece together what I know of half-orc, well, orcish. This captain appears to be a half-orc, and my orcish is a bit rusty.
I mean, I know you're a bit of a self-starter and kind of an independent minded person, but like we've definitely got a couple people around here that could probably help you out with translations.
Yes, I'd rather involve fewer rather than more people in this, but
Well, I mean, they're ones that are kind of like already like knee deep in this situation, so
I'm fine, Winnie.
okay.
Also,
Yes.
you have something, please. Go ahead.
Not at the moment. I was gonna come back later this evening, but I gotta stop to make first. So what were you gonna say?
I was going to ask if you could get me a magnifying glass from the next room over. And he points to a set of double doors to, like, the east of where if he's standing north, there's an east.
Yeah, I'm gonna push the double doors open like Aragorn in Lord of the Rings.
Within, you see a very elaborate and, I mean, decadent to the point that, like, all of the vials have, like, a gold rim around them. It is an alchemist room. And there is a little carved wooden sign above it that says Winnie's Space. Happy birthday, Winora. And Candle Tides or whatever it is.
Rollin! This would have been so hard to throw out. Thank you. And she's going to give him a big ol' hug.
The door locks from the inside, just be aware of that. Or my inside. I'll lock you out if I have to.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Not that I could, like, accidentally lock myself in.
No, there is an exit door, should you need to access the space, and my space is otherwise locked off.
This is honestly the most thoughtful thing. Thank you ever so much.
Well, you allowed me to build a castle on your island. The least I can do is give you a room in it.
Did you actually want that magnifying glass, or was this just a ruse?
It's all a ruse when there's no magnifying glass.
That's good, because I would have gotten distracted with all this shiny stuff. Okay, so she did have another place to be and things to do, but she's absolutely going to get distracted and look around the space for a while first instead. Which I think conveniently brings us to Proximus.
Proximus. Welcome back. Anything you would like to do in the days leading up to the carnival?
I have 3 things that I would like to do.
Okay.
Do I know anybody that does like a mounting of weapons or like wall decorations?
I'm sure there is somebody who could accommodate. If not Father's Fine Finds, there is
That's what I was thinking.
The forge that Zinji, I believe, works at.
Oh yeah. I would go to Zinji, specifically because that's like a twofer. So I bring a piece of my mithril armor, and request some things be made. Also, I'd like to go talk to Roland.
Okay.
You just hear a little sea elf crying in the next room. It's fine.
If possible, I'd love to be there for that scene. It's like in the background, waiting for Winnie to go in the room. And then, Roland, you are really the smartest person that I've ever met. So I would like to.
I know.
Nice, right? Is there a way that I could explain to you of different sea beasts, a- and you be able to make a picture book out of them somehow magically?
Well, I'm not uh, really much of an artist, but
Oh, I can
you know,
draw them out for you, but so here's my thing. I have this. You and I have seen a lot of the depths below this world.
mhm.
Some people have not. So it would be nice to document some of those things as we. I just noticed. I realized when we went to another plane that they had a whole ecosystem of beings and beasts and monstrosities that are not of this world, and being able to document them. There was this librarian, and he kept tomes of these things, and I don't know if we ever have those where I am from.
So if you can draw them, what do you need
Mm.
me for? You should be able to make a book yourself then.
Yes. I would like it to be more realistic because if my drawings are kind of crude, uh, is real as possible so that somebody could see it and know exactly what it is.
I think I have something for this.
Mm,
A moment.
mm.
He goes into another room and is kind of like setting aside these like smaller boxes until he pulls out this looks like kind of a crystal ball of sorts. It's on a three-legged kind of plinth that holds up these curved legs that kind of curve around it, and the crystal ball is kind of almost held. It's not held physically. It almost looks like it's hovering there, maybe magnetically. You know, you're not exactly sure. Probably magically,
Mm.
because that's how things tend to go. This is something that I used when I was at the Arcanium, trying to recall certain details of things, especially during lectures or trying to recall specific hand movements. This allows me, if I'm able to concentrate my thoughts, to generate an image that I can then rewatch.
Oh, that is
For
perfect. Yes.
for example, what is one of these sea piece that you wanted to catalog?
I have this feat that is called Emissary of the Sea, where beast plants, elementals, and monstrosities with a swimming speed. I can uh, know what they are thinking, and so I would just like to recall all of the ones from the depths. Things that we don't normally see here on
Sure.
the surface.
What is a specific one?
I would just the giant crab that we had fought in the
Sure.
first season. Um,
So focus on that and touch your hand to the orb.
ooh, he does.
And as you do, very like, Star Wars hologram minus the
Mm.
weird fuzziness in it, a three-dimensional depiction of that giant crab, Kuatoa, like in its claw. Just like you have this little image of it where it holds there. You can take your hand away from it and kind of like walk 360. It's he places it on the center of the table, so you can walk around and see the entirety of the image. And so typically the way we'll do this is it'll be a history check,
Mhm.
with advantage if it's a creature you've encountered,
Uh-huh.
and you'll be able to generate from memory what you know about them.
This is perfect. How much can I buy this from you?
You can't, but you can use it with permission when I'm around.
I don't like the densa, but it is as good as I will get. So thank you. So I will do this as much as I can recall all of the um, creatures that I'd come across with the Nalos.
Okay. And while you work on that, he continues to kind of just pace and flip through this very brittle book. Then,
And that's all I got.
Perfect. Kaila, until I can generate a digital version for you to draw from, I do have the exact deck for you to pull from. So I do believe that there are 70 cards here, and it is thoroughly shuffled. So if you ever want to draw, you can draw from that.
Try your luck. Pick a card, any card.
Let's not.
The ADHD part of my brain is just like, pick one. What's the
it's-
worst that can happen? Pick
It's so
one.
golden. Look at
Pick
it. Look at
one.
it shine.
No.
For anyone
But the rational
who
part of my brain's like, no.
is
How pretty those are.
wanting,
Fucking do that.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just
Do
gonna
it.
say, for anyone who does want the satisfaction of card pulls, check out our limited series of Harbingers.
Real twists of fate on that one. I planned on none of
Absolutely.
that, and that was so good. Yeah, no. What I will say is that when it comes to the deck of many things and the deck of several things, which is what this is, it's a combination of the two. I did pull out cards that I don't think add well to the story, like Donjon. You disappear and become entombed in a state of suspended animation
Thank
in a
God.
dimensional sphere. That's not fun.
I was
That takes
thinking
us
of that one.
completely away. So Donjon's not in there. Humanoid, I think that's one where you lose a bunch of shit. Anyone where it's like, hey, you lose every bit of wealth that you could possibly have. Ruin is one of those. Or one that has you, like, makes you draw multiple cards. I took those out as well. Talon, you lose everything. So I took those out. Some of them have a sense of permanence to them that also isn't fun. For example, there's like, you get one of them, you can get a pair of feathered wings. Pretty cool. One of them, you get a homunculus, kind of like Jeffrey, but fleshy. One of them, you open a portal to the Feywild. That's in there. Certain ones I'm going to put a time limit on. I think Beast is especially one that I'm thinking of. You immediately transform into a random beast with a CR of 5 or lower, and you just are that beast. And it doesn't say for how long. Actually, it does say for how long. 2d12 days. So it does. Never mind. That's not the one I'm thinking of. There's another one. Certain ones I'm gonna put a time limit on, just because it either makes it not a fun thing, or in either direction. It either like breaks the game, or it makes things like just too mean. And I
It
don't
can
like
still have
So-
consequences, but it's not gonna just fuck us up forever.
But I definitely made this so that, like, it's meant to have fun in a scenario. It's not meant to fuck you over.
Like my tonic. Except
Yes.
for that, like,
Speaking of, did you drink that since you're back on land?
I was going to say, like, next time, like, there is something else I want to do, like, when it comes back around to me before Candletide, and I will drink it then, but not right now.
All right. Well, getting closer then to Candletide. We'll change the music a little bit here.
I didn't get to go.
I'm sorry. Yes. But as we are getting closer, Acacia, what would you like to do?
I have some sendings to send, and I need to do some scryings.
Okay. Let's do them.
And I'm debating whether I want to have my conversation with dads yet.
Okay.
But so my first sending is going to be towards Ace, my star druid warforged buddy that's in the really, really cold north right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly just saying, hey, long time no see. Just checking in on your expedition and any teleportation circles. We'll reach out via stars later. Hope you're well.
Okay. You hear back. Things have been good but slow. We are 1 week out from city. Hope to find circle in temple there.
Okay. My second sending is going to be to Eudora from the Whalefall Court.
Sure.
It's just going to be, hey, long time no see and speak. Hope you're well. And the court are well. Happy Candletide if you celebrate.
Okay. So thoughtful of you. Happy Candletide to you as well. I checked in on your little town. Seems like you're doing well.
Maybe she'll stop by at some point. I actually really like her. Okay, so those are my sendings. Those are out of the way. One evening, probably like the evening after, Piper became sentient.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do. Oh, what has he been doing? Has he just been like hanging around me? What is he like?
Yes.
Has he...
I want to go inside.
You don't have to. You can go. You can go around in other places and stuff. You know that, right?
I don't know how to open doors.
You can ask people to open doors for you now.
And they'll do it?
If you're nice and polite, I see no reason why not.
Am I allowed to steal things off people's plates? I used to do that a lot.
I wouldn't.
Hmm.
If you want,
Quite a
you
conundrum.
can do it if you want to face the consequences of doing so.
Oh, I like that word. Consequence.
Yeah. You're gonna definitely be learning about consequences now that you know what they are.
That sounds fun. But no, we're still friends for some time.
Okay. All right. So he's just gonna be like a little shadow unless he goes to cause mischief.
Literally just sitting on the rump. Yeah.
All right. So basically, the evening of Piper, I'm gonna do 2 scryings. I think I have 2 level 5 spells slots. So I'm out in a little pond out in the middle of the woods with access to the night sky. And the first person, not the one I care about, but I think it's gonna fail. So I'm gonna do that one first. I'm going to scry on Zora, that water witch, the broken bridge lady. The one who
Okay.
is who we are
Yes.
guessing might have the ring down near the broken bridge.
Yes. So this is the not Genasi. They are a Jin
Marid.
Marid.
Marid,
yeah.
yes, I knew it was okay. So for modifiers, I have met the target, so there's no save modifier there.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't, and for connection, I don't think I have anything for that. So this is going to be a straight roll with no modifiers on either end. DC 17 Wisdom save.
Okay. Let me pull up a stat block for a Marid. And... all right. Wisdom save. +7 to wisdom. That is a 19 on the die, so that is a 26 wisdom save.
I'm assuming I don't get shit. It's a staticky image.
It's staticky. You know what? I think it's actually fun if your sensor, because you're trying to do like visual, right?
Yeah, it's make wisdom saving throw. How well you know the target. Blah 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 blah. On a successful save, the target isn't affected, and you can't use a spell against it again for 24 hours. On a failed save, okay, they would create invisible sensor within 10 feet. Blah blah blah.
What I will say is you do generate a sensor, and because I think it's more interesting if you do. What you see is peak decadence, gaudy decadence. It is the inside of this great hall, this marble-esque kind of structure to it, these tall columns, all gilded, and sitting on this throne that is like pieced together with seashells and gold and gems and pearls is Zora as you remember her. There is, this decadent chain that kind of links from her nose to her ear. She is just dripping with pearls and jewels. And she seems to just kind of be drumming her fingers until she pushes herself off of the throne, and her footsteps clack on the marble floor as she walks out to this bridge that seems to connect this sort of island that she's on. And she walks out to the water. It's nighttime, and she makes this strange whistle. Like you almost wonder if you could recreate that sound with your mouth. And it's almost like there's too many lungs involved in the sound that it creates. Um, and as she does, you see out in the water, ships start to rise out of the water. Like as you're kind of looking at it, it's hazy. It's nighttime, but the ships seem to be not sailable. Like these are one of the ships is cracked in half. They seem to be on the back of this mighty thing that's rising out of the water. And just as you're kind of like focusing on that, you notice that she's looking right at the sensor, just smiling. And she reaches out with a hand, and that is the last thing, is it's just crushed.
Sending a message. Don't fucking try. Okay. Sighing. I'll like clear the water, just like brush my hand on top of it to like clear everything up. And then I'm gonna scry on my old buddy Panvir.
You got it.
So in this case, I know the target very well, so he gets a -5 there, and possession or garment, another -4. I still have that coin that used to belong to him.
Mm-hmm.
So total -9.
Okay. -9 then. I'm gonna use the ambitious assassin stat block for him. I think that's what I've used in the past.
Yep.
He rolled a 10 plus 2 -9. He definitely failed that. So.
Sorry, buddy.
Okay. Your sensor appears in a dark, smoky room. You quickly identify it as some sort of bar or tavern, a very dingy one. And as you kind of look around, you can see that there are a few candles lit. There's some like very shoddily done candle-tied decorations. And the bartender, you can see, cleaning a glass. Most of the people in this room are asleep. Some lying on the floor, some lying on top of the tables. And Panvir is also, like, not asleep, but close to it. As you see, his eyes are, like, he's struggling to keep them open, as he's also holding on to a pint glass and trying to, like, struggle to bring it up to his lips. Seems like everybody in here, I think you get the vibe you're lucky you can't smell through this sensor, as it probably smells really bad, just sweat and alcohol and just drunken farts and everything else. But as you're kind of looking around, you notice that the ceiling is dangling with hooks. Just the entire ceiling, like a bar decoration, has just hundreds, maybe thousands of hooks hanging on fishing line, all just like at the exact same height, all across the ceiling. And you notice that all of the people in here are also, in one way or another, whether they're wearing it on their hat, whether they're wearing it on their, their lapel, they're all wearing hooks as well.
And it's mostly just for like 10 minutes him struggling to stay awake and going to fall asleep.
At one point, the bartender comes over and like pulls the tankard out of his hand, and Panvir like pulls a knife out and just kind of like sticks it at him before he just sticks it in the table and just starts like carving his name in. And the bartender just shakes his head and says something to him. You can't hear what he says.
Let me double check to see if I can hear through the sensor.
For sure.
You can see and hear.
Oh, great. Okay. In that case, I guess that would make sense. You heard the fucking whistle. Whatever. The bartender comes over. This older human man. Listen, kid. You're done. You've been done.
Just, there's a room upstairs if you can make it there. And he pulls the pint away, and Panvier goes, I'll tell you when I'm done. And it's now. And he, again, starts just carving his name in. You know, it's almost candletide. Yeah, and? I don't know, just first time I haven't really celebrated is all. Listen, hooks don't get holidays. Alright? And as I understand it, you got a job. So, clean yourself up before that, or they'll probably smell you coming. With that, Panvier just kind of closes his eyes and he drifts off.
He doesn't go upstairs.
He does not. You get the idea that he probably couldn't make it.
Makes sense. I let the scrying fade from the pool, and I just kind of like sit there for like a good several minutes before looking up the sky, thinking very hard about what I want to do. And then I'll take up my staff and I'm going to cast a spell I haven't cast before.
Okay.
And I'm probably going to cast this spell every day, at least until Candletide is over.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind for like the next several days. This is the spell I asked if I can take it from the Pathfinder rulebook, the Pathfinder 2e book.
Okay.
It is a 2nd level spell called Guiding Star. It lasts for 1 day, full 24 hours, and the description is: you call on the constellations of the night sky to guide a creature to the location where you cast the spell. So basically in the middle of Ascension Isle, like probably like a mile from my home. Each time the target views the stars, it receives a mental nudge toward your chosen location, though it isn't compelled to follow. The target can recognize you as the source. The target can recognize you as the source if the creature goes to another planet or plane. The spell's effects are suppressed, but they resume if the creature returns. So basically, he will see a star in the sky. He knows I cast it, and it's in the direction where I am, so it's probably like right above Ascension Isle.
Okay. That's really interesting. Okay. So he is going to feel some sort of pull, though maybe not inherently magically. He could refuse, but he knows something is directing him towards.
It's not it's not a compulsion. It's just a, hey, this person cast it and they're in this direction.
Okay, good to know.
So it's probably like how many days through till Candletide from this, like 3-4 days?
3-4, yeah.
So basically I'm going to be casting it until and letting the spell not recast it like as the day after Candletide. So 4 days.
You got it. Okay. Cool. That is interesting.
I've been wanting to use it for a while, just haven't really felt the time to use it.
Yeah, well, you haven't been in one place for very long.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
It's more so to send a message than actually direct him to me, but yeah.
Okay. Cool. Anything else before we get to the day of the festival?
I'll talk to my dads later about Cyrus, but that's on the docket for another day.
You got it.
I would like to, one of the earlier days, swing by Acacia's, or just meet up with her somewhere.
Yeah, my house is always open for folks.
Is there a point, like, in the early days where we're ever, like, all together, just, like, having dinner or something?
The four of us?
Or is this like a, oh my god, we've been stuck together for so long?
Honestly, it's probably the second one for me.
I mean, yeah.
A little bit of A, a little bit of B.
Yeah.
I feel like I would want, like Proximus would want dinners together every night.
Winnie
Buddy,
would
we're
be
gonna
down
have
for
to, I need to establish some boundaries.
Proximus is like, I don't cook. Like somebody has. I've been on a ship with a cook.
I don't know how to do
Just
this.
find
thing.
where Honey and Astrid are staying.
This is not what I was expecting to come
We'll
out of this
probably have-
conversation, but
I would probably have a dinner, but I'm gonna be like, no. I'm gonna politely decline Proximus.
he comes home and Dominera just has like a neat stack of pizza boxes. Hungry man dinners.
Oh gosh.
They're just
Sodium
for
level
Dominera,
is
though.
through the roof. Yeah.
But yeah, Winnie, Acacia is definitely home where you
Okay.
can easily find her.
So,
Entertaining this new bird friend.
for yes, Winnie is happy to cook for Proximus and whoever else would like to come by. She will host dinners, but in this particular case, she will seek out Acacia and knock, I guess, unless you just have your door open.
I actually have like the doors open, the
Yeah,
windows
yeah.
open.
Okay. She'll knock on the frame then to like not surprise you, but like,
Yeah,
hey,
I don't-
hi, Acacia, are you home?
Winnie, the door's open. I'm right
You
here.
could have been burgled. Like the odds are low, but like,
What is burgled?
like a burglar came and like ransacked your house.
Winnie, I am a burglar.
Then why did I have to define it? Okay,
I've never-
Okay, neither here nor there. Also, hi Piper, it's nice to see you again. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Hi, I'm a bird.
A bird, but not a burglar. Birdler?
Birdler.
Birdler.
Burglar.
Okay. We are getting so far off course, and I haven't even started it. So, I was thinking, I have a library of long forgotten tomes that I don't have a good place for, because on account of I live like over the seawater. And you have a library of long forgotten tomes. I don't know how secure your house is, but it could be burgled at any moment. We don't know. Look what happened this morning. So
We could be burgled any moment.
Yeah, I mean, really. Like, odds are very, very low, especially like when you're currently in your own home. But like, the odds
She
are
starts
never
doing
zero.
that really high pitched like seagull cry. I can't do it.
No, I
Not Josh
appreciate
Rubens,
you
but-
not like doing
yeah.
it directly into the mic. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like spinning his head.
Mm-hmm.
Now they know someone's here, so they won't burgle us. I'm a house alarm.
Well,
and a
Thank you,
bird.
Piper. Thank you,
got
Piper.
that taken care of. But still, like, we're not always here, right? And so I don't know what you want to do with your books. I also don't know if they're still in my bag. Come to think of it, but I
You
would
have, I left a bunch of books in Jeffrey.
yeah.
I have a bunch of books over there, and I'll just like put, just point over to my very like half unpacked saddlebags that that
Yeah.
had the books on me.
Yeah,
Right
you
now,
stuck 'em
Acacia's
everywhere.
Acacia right now is just sitting at her like kitchen table, like looks like writing like on paper, and like has like a stack of letters already like set aside.
Winnie probably watches the paper. Like, she's got notes and stuff, but like, it's still fairly novel. Like, it's not like she grew up with a lot of paper, right? Like, it's not a big thing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, focus, Winnie, focus. Okay, so I was wondering, right? Like, Rollin has his library, and it's very fancy and very full of also old and probably equally lost books.
Yep.
but like it is definitely most assuredly his private collection, and he doesn't really like lending them out or anything, and I know he would take very good care of them, but I just feel like that's not right, for at least for my books. And I was wondering maybe if you wanted to like
You want to share this knowledge.
yeah, like maybe have like a little Phoenix library landing. Phoenix Landing Library. We can work on the name.
How about after the holidays? We look for a place or a building that is available and do some looking around to see if there's a group of volunteers who'd be willing to do this.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay. Also, I think it'd be handy to have like other people who are interested and invested cataloging what we have. So because it's a lot for us to do ourselves.
I'll probably keep 1 or 2 books for myself, but other than that, or you know, at least bring them over to Rollin. But yes.
Excellent. I'm really excited about this. Okay. She's gonna stick out her hand. Library partners.
Library partners, and I'll just do like one firm handshake.
And then she's going to scuttle off and just dip into Father's Fine Finds to do a little shopping for Candle Tides, and to ask with zero context about acquiring, or if they have any books of like a non-archaic or more like basic reading, or like little airport books, or I know that's not really a thing in a place that doesn't have a lot of paper, but like
Shipping port books,
yeah
port and starboard books.
yes,
You do know there's just like a little like seller down by the docks who's just selling, you know, like the quick
cereals,
port,
oh my
the
god,
junk food novels that you can
yes. Like the shitty paper, the like Penny Dreadfuls. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Winnie will like whoever's in Father's Fine Finds, like, hey, like I know we're like in and out. Can I just like leave money with you to collect up any like copper dreadfuls?
You get a sending, or you get a call on the shelf phone from Acacia.
Oh, sorry.
Hey.
Hang on, I gotta take this.
Maybe we should put up some signage around some of the shops saying, looking for a librarian or a group of volunteers to take care of the library.
I know just the thing. And I'm going to task little Jeffrey. I will write the main words, but I'm going to task little Jeffrey with like decorating a few signs for
To put in like Father Finds
Yeah.
Finds,
yeah,
Planned Parenthood,
yeah, something like on
camaraderie.
down by the docks, also just like on one of the.
While in Father's Fine Finds, Darius does note an entire shelf of like dusty books. No one ever buys them, just take them, it's for a good cause.
Thank you.
Also, I believe there was a man peddling some sort of books down by the docks. It was a James Patterson, something like that. He threatened me that if I didn't buy something, he was going to kill a man named Alex Cross. It was a very strange interaction.
He seems to love literature very much. I wonder if he subsidizes small booksellers. Maybe we should think about that.
I'm not sure he was fully there. I think he was a bit of a ghostwriter, if you wanna.
Out of character, that is literally not what ghostwriting is.
I'm very aware.
Yep.
It's there
I
for
know
the
you
joke.
are. Not everyone does.
Also, just in case I forget later, you do get one applicant for librarian whose name is Lying Brian, and he's also illiterate, and he just misread.
We'll find
I'm
something
very
for him
qualified
to
for
do.
this job. I'm Lying Brian.
Is your name really Brian?
It's Brain.
All right. Okay. What are you good at, Brain?
Lying.
Does he have a cohort named Pinky?
Yes. They do the same thing every day. It's wild.
I will quiz Lying Brian about his qualifications for other things. And I will go see James Patterson about his collection.
Yeah, that's so weird. You go to see both of them, and they just stop existing after the bit. It's so wild that they
Dang
were
it.
there as a joke, and now they're gone.
Gosh, little Jeffrey, did you see them too? Or maybe I've just swallowed too much seawater in my life?
Well,
I'm not
Jeffrey
going to
just
examine this
shrugs
too much.
and then winks at the camera, breaks the fourth wall. Yeah.
Out of all the characters, he would break the fourth wall the most.
He would, yeah. No, he's our She-Hulk,
Deadpool.
I kept trying to say Daredevil, and that's not right. But yeah,
It's wild you went with She-Hulk first, but yeah.
I don't know. But I'm not wrong.
You're not?
Yes, so I will do the signs and stuff, and collect up the books from Darius, but otherwise, I'll wait till after Candletide for Acacia and Ida building shop.
Okay. Anything else before Candletide?
Oh, I do want to check in with everyone. All of us, which can include Marcus and Dominera if they want. But I just want to apprise everyone, and maybe we don't all have to get together. Like, I guess I could make the rounds and just talk to everyone individually. Talk to Proximus over dinner. Just so everyone knows, I have been hearing some stuff. I know we're like on vacation and it's the holidays, but like I'm a little anxious. I did talk to Nibirian. He's still alive, so that's super good. Not doing great, if I'm being honest. Does not sound great. But he and the Witch Fang both are talking about like bad stuff in the deeps, and I'm just gonna kind of like relay what they told me, because Winnie can do it word for word. I can't. But it just seemed kind of important that we all know, and I didn't want to forget to tell people and then think that I'd done it. So,
Is this little meeting say all the bad things before the holiday, so you don't have to worry about them during the holiday time?
Smart. Yeah. Yeah, let's
I
do it.
I spread on the broken bridge lady, Zara, the Merid from Fala and Maril.
Is she doing well?
She looks fine. She knew I was watching. Rose, she basically raised a bunch of sunken ships as a message to say, don't fuck with me. Also, she's compensating for something because she has way too much decadence.
Well,
That's it.
maybe she's willing to share it when we go visit her.
Also, I'll be talking with Ace probably after Candletide, but they said that they're
I hope they're doing well.
they are about a week away from their destination. Hopefully there will be a teleportation circle up there, so we'll see.
Proximus, Scarlett, do you have any bad news to get out now, or should we just go home and wrap our Candletide gifts?
No bad news here.
I think we've had enough bad news. I don't have anything that I would like to add.
No news is good news, as they say. I think.
Okay. Winnie, are you drinking your tonic?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay.
What is it, D100?
We're gonna have a little bit of chance today. Yes, I believe it is a D100.
All right, we're letting the internet decide today because I feel like it. What is a 52 give me, Alex?
52.
That was never a part of Jeopardy. I don't know why I said it like that.
So when do you drink this? I should ask.
Oh, let's say the day before Candletide.
Okay. So as you're having this meeting, not to make you redo it or anything,
This is gonna be
roll
good.
me a d4. I know I lowered this for a reason, but
Okay, that I do have right at hand. It's a 4.
all right. You have to speak for the next 4 minutes. I'm gonna consider that actual world minutes.
This is going to be the quietest 4 minutes for Winnie ever.
Is
There's
it?
nothing to say.
Or do you think she's gonna monologue it?
I'm sorry. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Right now?
she's gonna she's not gonna stop.
No, it's gonna be like.
Eva, I'm gonna make
Winnie
you do this
filibuster.
too, so you're out of character stuff. I need you to speak as well.
Well, that's just not fair. I'm just gonna fill the dead air.
Pretty good. I really want to make this hours, and I really wanted there to be like throughout the town a little Winnie musical,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like how that little French town deals with fucking Belle's ass every morning, which
No.
is like, this poor provincial town, and like, shut up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Beautiful.
yeah, the bookkeeper's like, oh, it's you again. Yeah, same books. Okay, so we get to the morning of Candletide. You all awaken in your homes. Marcus has made breakfast in the cleaned kitchen and has already set out some candles. Another tradition is to put out candles for loved ones as well. And you know that in your home, he does have a framed picture of his mom that he does light a candle for. And it's not just like loved ones who have passed. It's just loved ones who aren't there. So you also note that on like this little table, he has set out a couple of candles for Scarlett's parents as well. And Dominera, thoroughly confused by everything, comes like bursting in the door first thing. She's wearing a wreath around her head that has candles in it. I am participating in the surface, the surfacers' tradition. They keep this fire on their head to prevent birds from picking up their brains.
Who told you that?
Who? Yes, that's the sound one of the birds make. You must be careful of it.
No, who told you that this was their tradition?
It was one of the little lizard people, Gossip.
Oh no!
Fucking knew it.
He sold this to me for 15 gold.
Oh no! Okay.
Council member.
Yeah. Council
Maybe-
member.
Maybe not. Let's not listen to everything that Gustav tells us from here on out.
That
You
is
look
so
great.
Gustav, too.
You look great, but
What was I gonna tell her? No.
maybe don't sit anywhere that is with things low hanging. Make sure that the air above it's very free of anything that might burn.
She looks over at Piper and just like, I'm watching you. Not today. I know that's how you got smart.
Did everyone come to the Shore's house for
Yes,
Candletide morning?
Just like in real life, we all go to Kayla's.
Yeah. Sounds
So-
about right.
Heading into town, the town is thoroughly decorated and is just fully come to life in a way that you haven't necessarily seen it do before. There are all of these trench tables that are laid out in like the square and like near the docks, and there's just laughter and song and merriment everywhere. You can see that magical lights have been strung around some of the trees, just low-level illusory kind of stuff. There is, like, everybody has a drink in their hand. There's a smell of, like, sweets in the air, and just, like, the salt of the ocean coming off of it, and just the general warmth everywhere. You can see that there are multiple games that have been set up that a number of people are participating in. Little games of chance, things for kids, but also for the adults as well. And then there's also performances. There's a puppet performance that's going on, very Punch and Judy kind of puppet performance. There's musicians. You can see that Valerie and Edgar have taken the stage at this point. And just everybody's out and about. You even see that Rollin has made his way down from the tower and is just kind of like sitting at a table by himself with a book. And, again, candles everywhere, even during the day, that remain lit. Did any of you have any interest in participating in a game of chance?
Yes.
Winnie lives to roll.
So,
Acacia would, but she's been like she doesn't seem in the spirit. She's just mostly going along with everything, and she just seems pretty like meh. But she will do it just because kill time, do stuff.
So, looking around, you also see that some shops have set up tables as well. Planned Parenthood has some shops where Brenna is handing out plants to people, just like, this needs a home and this needs a home. You have a lovely day. This needs a home as well. Make sure to water it frequently. So you see that there's, Father's Fine Finds. Actually, I'm not going to say that they have a table. That doesn't really make a lot of sense for like a general goods pawn shop kind of deal. But the dads are out and about. They're having a great time. They're both drinking. There is archery. There is a pie eating contest. There is log rolling, horseshoe toss, an animal race, where especially a lot of the kids, have brought their own like animals from home, and it's kind of a like literal tortoise in the hare situation where one of the kids has like this big tortoise that he's like struggling to keep, and then also this girl has like this giant tabby that she's also holding, and it's just whatever animal is going to be the fastest. Spin the wheel game. There are a number of tables that have like 3-card Monte, dragon chess, poker, just kind of like, the older folk kind of games. 3-legged race, which I think would be interesting if Acacia decided to do that one.
I was thinking it's funny.
Speaking of, I actually will say, to change my mind one last time, Father's Fine Finds has set up a game station where they have a big board, and this is definitely for kids, but there is a painting, somewhat crudely done, but the effect is there. It's Acacia, and it's a pin the tail on the Acacia game.
Oh my god.
There is a tug of war that will occur later. And then the one thing that like all the people who are drinking a lot are kind of congregating around is a pole has been erected into the ground and has been greased, and there is a bell on the top, and you're watching as a lot of the pirates and everything are trying to work their way up this greased pole to ring the bell, and are like sliding down or falling off and everything else, and it's getting a lot of cheers and jeers.
I want to watch. Sorry, I was just going to say I want to watch the pet race with Speak with Animals active so I can hear what they're saying.
Okay.
Is this after Winnie like comes to you like with a giant red drink in hand and says, "Hey, you wouldn't want to like turn into a turtle or anything, like no, that'd be silly.
I'm good."
Okay, just thought I'd ask.
Winnie can borrow Serona.
Little Jeffrey's like a pet.
Yeah. Put me in, coach. I do want to shout out that this a lot of this comes from Festival Games, originally for the Pathfinder system by Robert A. Howard and Steve Anderson, provided to us by viewer and community member Tangent. So thank you, Tangent, for that. Yeah, this is a fantastic little selection here. So obviously the rules are actually pretty similar as far as what things are going to go. I might adjust numbers on stuff, but that's where we're getting a lot of this stuff from. But yes, the animal race is about to commence. You know, Brenna walks over and she's announcing for it. You see that there's a kid that has like an almirage, a little bunny with a unicorn horn on it. There absolutely is a tressum. There's the big tabby. There's a tortoise. There's a frog. The kid with the bat gets disqualified. The kid with the octopus is told to go talk to his parents and put that back where he found it. Yeah, it's kind of a little like find familiar dash, and everybody like places their animals in the little like slots, and so Acacia's just watching and like doing speak with animals. Is that
I'm just listening to what they're saying. I want to see if
Okay.
any of the animals are really like into it and like, you know, back talking and like insulting folks.
Yeah, the tressum and the tabby are placed next to each other, and the tabby looks over. What's wrong with you? What do you mean, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? Where are your wings? What wings? What are you on about? Well, wings. You're what? Well, you're. What are you? I'm a cat, in it. A what? So you're getting that. The frog's just there, like, please don't eat me. Please don't eat me. Please don't eat me. Please don't eat me. Okay. The Almirage is saying something in Celestial, as far as you can tell, and seems to be praying to Torm.
Okay.
For strength and athleticism. And you're just like, oh, all right. Yeah, it's I think the Almirage is the one that's like actually like keyed up and ready to go. And as the kids all go to the other side, Brenna lets out a whistle, and I'm gonna pull up Find Familiar because I feel like I'm forgetting literally every type of animal right now. Let's see.
Find familiar. There's imps.
There are imps. I'm not sure I'm going to consider imps to be an option for this. Bat, cat, frog, hawk, lizard. Okay, there's probably lizards there. Owl, no, rats. Oh, somebody's got to have a rat. The rat's placed in between the tressum and the cat, and the rat
Perfect.
is also just absolutely shaking. Weasel, yeah. Brenna, blows on the whistle, and then immediately turns into a weasel and jumps into a box of her own. And they all start running as the slots are lifted. All of the animals begin to move at their own pace. The tortoise is just going in his head, but he's actually moving very slow. The cat and the tressum don't move. They're still like just staring at each other with this low rumble in their throats, and the rat just kind of scurries ahead. Brenna, as the weasel, like trips the rat and then jumps on top of the tortoise and does like a backflip and wins. And then she's sitting there with like all of the candy. She's like, yes, got you, in your face to children, because she's at their eye height.
Really, Brenna? Really?
I'm just joking. I'm going to give them all the candy anyway. And so then she divvies it up, make sure it's fair to everybody. Okay.
An icon.
Indeed. Marcus is kind of hanging around Acacia as well. Not really feeling this one.
Nope. Not really. What was that? I didn't catch that.
Bit of the same for me, honestly. Anything you want to talk about?
I'm home, but I'm not really home, if that makes sense.
It does.
I just kind of miss Soteria a lot. Candle Tide was big on there. And it's just hard being happy. People expecting you to be happy when you've just kind of been displaced unwillingly. So.
Sure.
Well, if there's one thing that I've picked up, especially recently, is that nothing ever stays the same. Everything changes, and loss is one of those inherent things to life. And sometimes you just have to roll with those changes. So, as much as this isn't what your home was, it's the home that we've made it. And maybe we can make some new memories and just let those old ones be nice as they were, but not decrease the happiness that we can have now.
I think a drink will help.
Yes, no, drinking's a big part of it. Let's go drink.
Let's go drink, watch Winnie go get wasted on her red drink, and Kaila swindling people out of games of chance, and Proximus getting into Triton mischief.
What?
Also, did you saw Dominera, right? With her hat?
Yes, yes. I'm glad someone told her it wasn't going to be me. I thought she would stab me.
To drinking. To drinking.
As we go to wrap up, we'll get to other carnival games and that next time. Anything anybody wanted to do or kind of set up for next time?
I think just outside of town, like on the way to Winnie's house, you know, there's the nice salt air of the sea. There's the what are we in, like jungle-ish territory, forests?
Tropical.
Yeah, tropical. There's, you know, the flowers, but there's a new scent on the breeze this evening. It smells a little like burning, but not like everyone knows here on the island what like burning wood, you know, like ships burning or like even just for heat, wood burning is. This is more like scorched food burning. So it's not like a danger, but like there's just like a little undercurrent, if you will. Yeah. We'll set that
Of burning?
up. Of burning.
Okay, we're just setting that up for next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
What time of day is this carnival right now?
It's like all day, so we can say that this is like just prior to noon. So late morning, mid morning.
Okay, I'll do my thing to next session then. I want to do it later in the day.
Okay. Proximus, Scarlett. Okay. Scarlett, go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. Mhm. 17 plus 8.
Okay.
25? 25.
Great. So with the 25 then, it catches your eye immediately as you're kind of like walking amongst the tables, and you kind of are, you know, you're looking at Brenna's table as she goes to walk away for the animal race and the Pentateuch indication. All the kids are like having a great time and everything, and then for like all of a sudden it feels like you're walking almost in a hallway, as like all of the colors and everything seem to blend together and kind of like mesh into this, like that's like your peripheral vision is dulled. And your eyes lock in on a table at the end of the row that you know was not there a moment ago. And a table just like any of the others that's sitting out here is now where one was not before, and sitting at it with his fingers steepled is the double paymon. What a lovely holiday you all have.
Does he like look like himself right now?
That's a good question. I think he probably has like a more humanoid vibe to him, but the clothing's the same.
Mm-hmm.
And the imp is not disguised. Shiv is definitely there, but Shiv is wearing like a little bow tie and a wreath hat, and like kind of like dressed in imp finery. And it's
Like
kind
to
of,
the unknowing, they're probably not gonna recognize that this is a devil.
yeah, I think even with your wisdom save, you see through it, like that. This absolutely is the Cambion Paimon, and um, yeah, fingers steepled and everything. He kind of like cocks his head, smiles. I sense that you have not made any use of the gift that I left you.
Was I supposed to do it immediately? Bet it, what, the day?
I just expected curiosity to take hold.
Oh, I do know what it is.
Did that make you more curious or less?
Cautiously curious.
Well, we are surrounded by games of chance, so what do you think, Pact Breaker? Want to pick a card, any card? And you see that, like, you suddenly get this sense of loss on your person, like that pressure, like when you notice your wallet's missing, your phone's not in your pocket, and he spreads cards out across the table and kind of just gestures to them. And that is where we're gonna leave it.
What a shit.
So, when we come back next time, change this up here. When we come back next time, we'll have some games of chance and maybe a little bit more than that. Not going to make Kaila or Scarlett draw any cards, but, opportunity is there.
Winnie will do it if you want.
No!
Just out of curiosity, I just want to see what the top one is. Yep, okay. That's, yep, all right, good.
Bad news
That's
bears?
good.
Got it.
That's good. No, well, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, okay. Thank you all for joining us for another episode of Horizon's Call. Thanks for hanging out. I'm Derek. I use he, him pronouns. I've been your GM for this game and many games here on Sword and Key. I will do all of my stuff here at the end, but I do want to have these lovely people say a little bit about themselves and where you can find more of them, and I highly suggest you do. Once we get through that, we'll do all the channel stuff, and then we will let these folks go to have a wonderful rest of their night. You as well, by the way. So, let's go ahead and go around. So Mare, where can we
Hi.
find more of your lovely self?
Hi, that's me. I'm Mare. You can find me on all applicable social media at Archmage of Dice. I am here right now, and right now you can find me on Mondays for Journey to Book's End at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. We have this part 1 of our 2-part finale this coming week. Let's fucking go. We're about to meet Onyx's mom, who is a big old black dragon. And they're gonna hopefully confront the person who got them all out of their books. But also, Onyx's mom does not look super friendly right now.
Is this your finale or is
Part
that...
1.
Finale part 1. Okay. That's right, because we're coming up. Yeah. So official finale would be the 13th. So, great time to catch up tomorrow and watch more Journey to Book's End. So you can catch up for part 1 of the finale on Monday, and then the finale on Monday the 13th. Awesome. Thank you, Mare. Next up we have Eva.
Hi, hello, it's me, Eva. Every time. I am currently working on what games I'm going to run next here, as well as just future planning in general. I think that's about it for me. You can see me here for 2 more Saturdays, ish, I think. Bad at math. I don't think I'm in anything else at the moment, which is kind of exciting. Yeah.
We'll change that. Okay. Also, I need to remember that LD did have Fia send you all a gift, so we will do gift giving next week. I'm going to make a note of that. Okay.
Just when Proximus thought he'd moved on, she pops back up, reminding everyone she's around.
Well, you know what, that's...
I don't think you necessarily want a harbinger around all the time.
No.
Yeah, and to say that...
I just think it's
I mean,
funny.
to say that Proximus moved on, but Fia... I mean, I don't think Fia's holding any...
No. I just think it's funny.
Yeah.
I think Fia brought her partner back.
She's like, "Who are you
Yeah.
again?" Oh, right.
Oh, the blue one, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mikyl.
Hi, fam. I'm Mikyl. You can find me at Mikyl Sandoval, Mikyl Sandoval, on Instagram and BlueSky. I'm gonna be adding more art. I do some art, and so I have been trying to portfolioize. It's not a word. My BlueSky. So I'm gonna start posting my art there and how long it takes me and yada yada yada. I did get some people that were interested in commissions and from the channel, but I'm normally on the Sword and Key Discord channel, so come check me out. And just did some little caricatures of our characters for and I posted those, so just come in and check it out. Hang out. Anyway, I'll be here on Saturdays playing Proximus.
Yes,
That's pretty much it.
Awesome. Thank you, Mikyl. And yes, special thank you to Mikyl as always for the artwork that you can see on your screen for this game, for minigames. Humblewood tomorrow. Zenith on Thursdays. Yeah, just so many, so much amazing work that we're so very appreciative for. So definitely check his stuff out, pay him stuff. Next up, last but absolutely not least, we have Kaila.
Hi, hello, I am Kaila. I have played your Siren Storm Sorcerer Scarlett Shores, who has a very big decision laid out in front of her. It's fine. Totally fine. It's perfect. It's great. But I am a Sword and Key exclusive. And you can find me on socials at KMC and @ if it doesn't pop up. I have been painting more, and I've been posting more of my paint stuff on Instagram and BlueSky. So.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you to all of you for joining us. Again, I'm Derek Sword, using him pronouns. Sword is my real last name. Yes, it's awesome. No, you can't have it. I'm the Sword half of Sword and Key, and speaking of Sword and Key, this is Sword and Key work. So, if you like what we did here, check out beacons.ai/Sword and Key. You can find all of our socials there. That's Instagram, BlueSky, and Twitter with underscores between the words for all of them. So, Sword _and _Key. You can find some of our other projects and the charities that they support. PCRF, Palestine Children's Relief Fund for Zenith and Journey to Book's End. NAMI, National Alliance for Mental Illness, for the Hack of Our Woodland Gods, which is coming up later this month. Fauna and Flora International, which Hubblewood supports. And you can also find the Pally for this game and also for Gate Night if you do want to tip the people that actually play, which is always very much appreciated. But, putting your money towards a great cause like a charity as well. Also, if I'm not your financial advisor or anything, but, do what feels good to you. You can also find links to the podcast Monster Crush, which is a podcast that is part of the Sword and Key Network. It's a podcast I do with my friend LD. We talk about different cryptids, creatures, and miscellaneous monsters from myth and house, which they are. We are on a month hiatus right now. We will be back in February. However, you can catch our most recent episode, which is a Krampus episode from the Christmas times. So you can still check that out wherever podcasts are found. You can find our affiliate chips on the beacons as well. So if you're looking to get custom minis from Eldritch Foundry, if you're looking to get some cool makeup from Wishbone Cosmetics, we're looking for a Dice affiliate right now. I'm actually going to message one right after this, and see if we can get a new Dice affiliate here soon. We're also affiliates with Hit Point Press, so if you're looking to buy stuff like Humblewood or Griffin's Saddlebag, great opportunity to do that through our custom link there. Helps us out as well. Other stuff. Let's go to the calendar. Let's go to the calendar. I'm sure I have one pulled up. It would be insane with the thousands of tabs I have that I don't have a single calendar. Okay, we'll pull up a new one. And I'll find it literally after I clicked on it. That's just how it works. Okay, there we go. Too many tabs. Okay, so tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time, we have the return of Humblewood Yonderbound. We've had some folks not feeling so great, but they are feeling better now. So we're looking to thrash the camp so we don't get sued by Tarzan. But yeah, there's going to be dinosaurs and woodland folk and all sorts of like bandits and stuff like that. It's going to be great. So check that out tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time. I run Humblewood Yonderbound with a fantastic cast over there. Move this to later. Journey to Book's End, as Mara mentioned, will be back on the 6th for part 1 of their finale at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, with their part 2 of the finale being on the 13th. Gate Night, which is the only video game currently streamed here on Sword and Key, where LD Shadow and I play Baldur's Gate 3, will return on the 7th and plays Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. Speaking of Shadow, it is her birthday on the 8th, so happy birthday to her. We'll definitely want to celebrate her. The official finale of Zenith, the 5e big city, like, apocalyptic Hell's at Your Door game that was just so amazing, run by Alex, will have its official finale on the 9th. As Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. On the 10th, we have our next Sword and Key movie night. I don't know what movie it's going to be just yet. I'm still deciding, but I will let you know. And then Horizons Call will be back on the 11th and then the 18th. And then we will wrap things up at episode 30 for season 4. So, I'll let you know when that comes back. We'll probably take about a month off. However, I do have a guest GM that wants to come in and take these wonderful characters to literal hell. Literal game hell? Yeah, the hell.
It's both.
She's not going to kill you or anything, but you know.
Is this a canon episode or is this a non-canon episode?
We'll find out.
Let's see if I pull a card.
Depends on how it goes.
Yeah, no, there's, we'll find out. Anyway, let's see. The other thing is the Hack of Our Woodland Gods, which is one-shot continuation from October, which is in support of Nami. That will be playing on the 17th. That is Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So check that out. We'll have more applications out soon. Speaking of games that are going to be run, I made a list of games I want to run this year. So Cryptid Creeks is on there. In May, I want to run a Marvel Multiverse Thunderbolts game. We have the Cursed Captains of Cthulhu that we want to feature. Mice of Legend that I would like to feature. Paragons, once that is published by our wonderful friend Josh Simons. And then a game from our Fae Midnight or Midsummer like ball game that we had. I can't remember what I called that.
Twilight in the Garden of Good and...
Twilight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Thank you. That's why I couldn't remember, because it doesn't start with a fucking H like the rest of my games. But that cast was absolutely wonderful and opted to come back for a game, so I will reach out to them in the near future for. But everything else besides that, we will have casting calls out for. So, and maybe a Star Wars game. Looking at Mikyl there. I would love to run something with I see you with the Star Wars rule set. I just need more of the books. So
I will bring them to you.
Okay. That is stuff we have planned for the near future. So keep an eye on our Discord first. You can join our Discord through the beacons.ai/swordandkey, and that's where you're going to see all the stuff first. So socials is always going to be second. Thank you so much. We are going to be raiding Entropy Emporium Until next time, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow morning, but I get it's also early. But if not, and then if we don't see you until next week, fair winds, following seas, brave mariners, take care of yourselves and others.
They're running invisible sun.